welcome in.
Thank you.
I just want to say welcome back to you.
Yeah. I haven't been on the show yet today.
They don't know. Yeah, they didn't see you come in.
Right.
Yeah. Little kayfabe there. You don't want to break the fourth wall.
Right.
You don't want to bring him in too much. How's life?
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
What'd you write about?
Oh, man. This is my least favorite article that I've written. So get ready. It's sad.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You told me about this.
I did.
Yeah. All
I
right.
know.
Tell me how this cub died.
Okay, so I wrote in July 1925 about the grand opening of Winkler Tire Service in Alton. And one of the things I talked about was how they had a cage in the parking lot with 2 bear cubs and a bunch of squirrels, and children could like interact with them. They could feed them peanuts and go look at them and stuff. And it wasn't just for that day. It was a permanent cage in the parking lot. And at the time, I tried to figure out what happened to the bear cubs because I thought, all right, maybe when they got big, they were taken to a zoo or something. No. As I was working on this article it was 2 weeks ago, but as I was working on research for what I was going to write about that week, I found the article, Gump is sad, Min is dead, Bear Dan mourns. And I was like, oh no, I know what this is going to be. And so it turned out that there's a female and a male bear cub, and the female cub died first.
Can we talk about something?
Yes.
Where are this damn baby's parents?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. And I don't know who that baby is. This is a Library of Congress. Where is that from?
This is titled, Hello You.
I know. It's adorable.
Totally.
But
I hate
but
it.
It's not not suggested to interact with a bear like that.
A predator that's the same size as your child, probably not. You know,
No,
you never know.
it's not
And I'm
good.
sure it's a nice bear.
Well, and this is from 1945. So this is not one of the bear cubs that we're talking about, but I needed to find a picture of a bear cub because I could find pictures of bears from the right time period, but and I used one of them on the back from the New York Public Library, but it was an illustration. It wasn't an actual photo, and it was older bears, not bear cubs. And so I felt like since our article was about children interacting with bear cubs, that this was the closest I could get.
I want to know who damn baby that is. That's all I know.
Oh, it's Canadian. So maybe they have different
viewpoints on, what
bear
age is appropriate to start interacting with bears.
Yes.
I'm sure it's 1925. They were probably just getting off their 4th liter of Jack Daniels that day or whatever whiskey. Just go take a little stroll in the park. I just got to know. So when it comes to the Alton Bears.
Yes.
Okay. Was there some people that were not happy that there were bears trapped in a cage to begin with, or was everyone like, oh, what a neat attraction?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. The Telegraph only talked about it in a this is exciting sort of way, but that doesn't mean that there weren't people questioning why you would have bears in a parking lot. And both this article and then the article a couple months later when the other bear cub died were very sad. I mean, I don't know what the reaction from the general public was, like, hey, maybe we shouldn't have bears in a parking lot. But they had all kinds of animals. I mean, this is the smoking goat era. They had all kinds of animals.
True. That's very
that
true.
were like the mascot of a store.
Oh my goodness, this is just interesting. So he died because of he needed surgery. Do you know?
So okay, there are two bear cubs.
Oh,
so the
sorry.
No, that's okay. The female died earlier. She died in March, and she just died apparently, but she had been injured when she was shipped to Alton. I don't know where she came from originally, but she'd been injured in the initial shipment and never really fully recovered from that. I don't know in what way. It just said that she was injured. And then there was nothing in the initial tire store opening that talked about her being injured. They just mentioned it when she actually died. And then several months later in May 1926.
How convenient.
Yeah. Tied in some of the facts there.
I think so.
In May 1926, Andy Gump, and I don't know where the bears got their names. It was probably like something like a popular person at the time or something. Anyway, he died because they attempted surgery on the bear. And I don't know what. It said a minor operation.
You don't think they were trying to neuter this bear?
That's what I wondered. I actually thought about that. I thought maybe they're trying to neuter him because he's about to be an adult black bear in a parking lot. That sounds aggressive.
Oh, my God. You know, I mean, we got to be thankful these bears never escaped and mated. Could you imagine, like, Pablo Escobar's hippos down in Colombia?
Oh.
We would just have Mr. Winkler's crazy-ass bears running around bluffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is just interesting.
Right.
So they killed both bears.
Yes. So they attempted to perform a minor operation on the bear. It was Dr. Ollie Myers. So I don't know. I didn't put if he was a veterinarian or not, and now I'm not sure. Back in that time period,
did you just call yourself a vet?
Probably.
Not to be smart, but I feel like there's a lot of deception over here, or they're just deceiving the public. Like they're saying, "Well, Telegraph, listen, we did perform a minor surgery." Well, what was the surgery? Well, it was a minor surgery.
Well, and I don't know if they didn't put, like, if it was neutering, if they didn't put it because that would have, like, been seen as too, like, I don't know, risque wouldn't be exactly the right word. Like, they're not going to talk about that. But I'm not sure. But this is also a time period when vets were just starting to operate and do things with, like, dogs and cats and animals like that. Like, veterinarians in the past had been fully focused on, like, horses and farm animals and that kind of thing. And so I don't know if it was a vet or a medical doctor. And I don't know if it was someone that was doing operations on larger sort of farm, et cetera, animals, which would still be completely different than a bear. But they didn't say, like, Dr. Ollie Myers of the St. Louis Zoo or anything. Like, so I don't know where they got this guy, but he tried to do an operation and wrapped a rope around the bear's snout to muzzle him. So that, I feel like, is the first terrifying thing. And then they had 4 people doing this. So Red Winkler, the tire store owner, and 2 other men assisted, and then also the doctor. So one man held the bear's front paws, and then Winkler and the other man held the bear's hind paws. And then Dr. Myers prepared to start the surgery. Again, at this time, the bear is fully awake and has a rope wrapped around its muzzle. So I'm sure it was absolutely terrified and started to make the incision, and then the bear collapsed. So they thought he had just fainted, but he died.
Wow.
I know, it's so upsetting. And this was, he was still a cub. I mean, this was an 85-pound bear, a full-size American black bear, adult male, weighs 250 pounds. So this was still like a cub, which makes it even sadder.
Did this guy face any penalty?
No. You know who I bet came after him, though? Okay, I take it back what I said about about the public not necessarily like being up in arms about this, because Angie Schweppe, who we've talked about before, she's someone we portrayed in Vintage Voices several years ago, and I've written an article about her and her husband, Harry Schweppe. She she was the one that started the Humane Society here, and all of her work was about cruelty to animals, like preventing cruelty to animals. Yeah. And she would there was a teacher that dissected a cat in school, like as a demonstration for the students. And she got very mad about that. It was all over the papers, like that he shouldn't have done this. I think they went to court. It was a whole thing. It was, this would have been the right time period for her. I bet that at the very least, Angie Schweppe and the Humane Society people had something to say about it.
Well, and see, that's where I just find this so fascinating. Because to me, animal things are going on. Okay,
yes.
That's the only.
Yeah.
But there's still a common sense component to this.
Yes.
I mean, at what point in time do you go, dude, you killed 2 bears? Right.
Well, and all he had to say about it, this is, again, after the second bear cub has died. And this is a direct quote from it's a quote about him. So Mr. Winkler is talking about the bear that just died, Andy Gump. He was a great attraction for children. But Mr. Winkler says he hopes never to be tempted to buy any more bears. Mr. Winkler thinks he would be better off to drop the role of menagerie proprietor. So even after all this, he's not like, I'm really sad about this. He's like, yeah, I hope I don't do it again.
That's where I'm at. It's just the lack of remorse. Like, can't win them all.
Well, yeah.
Like, darn, I learned my lesson about bears and holding them in city of Alton.
Or like, not even that. It would be like, I may have learned my lesson. We'll
true.
see. If I see a good deal on bears, who knows what I'll do. So, yeah, I know. He wasn't like taken to court for animal cruelty. There was nothing like that. There wasn't the same sort of poaching or, bringing animals across state lines. Like, I don't know if if the bear cubs were born in Illinois, if they were brought in from somewhere else. But there's a lot more restriction now, luckily, on what you can and can't do with animals, wild animals, domesticated animals, etc.
Well, and I just think it's a really good, kind of reminder of how far we've come as a society.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, why don't we do this? We'll take a quick break, 10:27. We'll come back and chat it up a little bit more.
Okay, sounds
Next.
good.
If you think you might be pregnant, you don't have to
Firearms
face it
training shouldn't feel intimidating. At Precision Point Armory in Bethalto, we focus on safety, confidence, and real-world skills. Whether you're new or renewing your concealed carry, you'll get professional instruction without pressure. Learn safe handling, sound decision-making, and proper techniques tailored to your experience level. If you're looking for premium firearms training in the heart of Bethalto, Illinois, call 618-779-9947 or go to precisionpointarmory.net and train with confidence today.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Tom Wells,
an assistant chief of the Godfrey Fire District. He has been a firefighter and an EMT for over 20 years. Tom is currently an instructor in the Lewis and Clark Paramedicine program and has 2 degrees from LC, fire science and nursing.
I'm Tom Wills, and I'm a trailblazer.
If you think you might be pregnant, you don't have to face it alone. At Vitality Women's Clinic, you'll find the care you deserve. We offer confidential, no-cost pregnancy testing, ultrasounds, and STI testing. Our team is here to listen, support you, and help you understand your options without pressure or judgment. Walk in or make an appointment today. Call 618-466-1690 or visit vitalitywomensclinic.org. Vitality Women's Clinic, clear answers, real support.
Show 10:30 on the nose. Back with Lacy for a couple couple of minutes anyway.
Yes.
Final thoughts on
Final
these
thoughts. So
now deceased bears.
I know. As I said,
To be fair, they would have been dead today anyway.
that is true. But I think I would have liked for them to have lived a little bit longer and maybe like touched grass or something.
I can tell you what the guy was doing that made the decision, and he wasn't touching grass.
Touching grass. So, as I mentioned, this was one of my maybe my very least favorite article to write. But when I saw the article that gave the update on the bears, my first thought was, if I have to be devastatingly sad about this, everybody has to. We're
That is
all
exactly
gonna
right.
be in this together. And so when I sent the article to Sydney, I said, here's my article. I'm so sorry. It's the worst. And she wrote back, thanks, I hate it. And, which was I loved. And that's kind of how I felt. It was like, we're all just going to have to read this and know about it because I have to. But I also a lot of times, even if it's really upsetting news, you want to know what happened after a story. You want to know what the ending is. And so, sorry, everybody. That's it. That's all, folks. That's all, folks. Now we'll talk about something good.
Yeah. So what's coming down the pipeline at the library?
We've got our last for the year.
Did you guys get enough endorphin out of that? That's great. No, I love this story. It's just like, all right, now let's talk about what's coming down the pipeline this weekend.
I've had quite a while to sit with the story too. So if anyone's hearing it for the first time, they're like, "Wow, she's pretty cavalier about this." I was really sad 2 weeks ago. So we have our last Alton Area Landmarks Association joint lecture this Saturday at the Genealogy and Local History Library. So that one is on immigration from German-speaking Europe to southwestern Illinois in the 19th century. And the presenter is William P. Shannon IV. He is the executive director of the St. Clair County Historical Society. Really, really impressive guy, really nice guy. And so I'm excited to have him come. So that'll be at 10 on Saturday, which is Saturday, March 21st. And you can call if anyone's interested in coming. The registration number is 1-800-613-3163 to register for that program.
Fantastic. Yeah. What else are you working on this week?
I had a call this morning that a planned call. We're trying to figure out our city directories, like digitizing our city directories, working on all of that. So figuring out like copyright on the city directories. And it sounds like now we can do anything from 1930 beforehand. So I'm going to go through the collection. During COVID, one of the things we worked on was figuring out everything that we had that was out of copyright and digitizing it and making it available online. And so we're going to start a new phase of that since it's been a couple years. Obviously, it's been like 6 years now. A lot of other stuff has come into the public domain. And so we're going to start working on digitizing that and making it available as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
We'll take a quick break, come back and talk all about guns and hoses right after this. RiverBender.com. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare which break it is.